Hey guys, welcome to this meetup group for modern goddesses in Christchurch. My name's Liz, and I want to tell you a little bit about myself and my story and why I decided to start this meetup group. So, like most of us, I had a pretty normal upbringing and I studied hard at school. I got good marks, I went to university, I did everything that I was supposed to do, and then I hit the age of 25 and had a quarter life crisis. As anyone who knows me knows, I am very punctual, so of course I did that right on the age of 25. So, what happened? Well, basically, I'd finished up at uni a few years earlier, and I kind of went to uni not knowing exactly what I wanted to come out with, but luckily I had great parents who said, just go and do what you love to do. So I did arts and studied English and social studies and Latin and ancient Egyptian art and tons of stuff that really piqued my interest. And I had always assumed that somewhere along the way something would jump out at me and say, this is it, this is what you're born to do, and this is what you're going to spend your life doing. So I wasn't too worried about it until it had been a few years out of uni and I started working in office admin and doing work like that. And I still hadn't found what it was. And it was this feeling inside me of knowing that there was more and knowing there was something special that I was supposed to be doing. And just feeling so gutted that I couldn't tap into that and couldn't figure out what it was. Now, at the same time, I was very much living my life in a way where I was trying to please other people. So I had really got into the habit of doing things that my friends wanted to do rather than what I wanted to do. I wasn't really connected to myself at all because I'd been putting other people's needs before mine for so long that it got to the point where I didn't even really know what my needs were. And of course, this perfect storm all collided at the age of 25 when my long-term relationship broke up and my partner moved out. My relationship that I had with my parents, which had always been rock solid, dissolved. We had a big fight and we didn't talk for quite a while. And all my friends were moving on, moving away, moving into great jobs and great opportunities. And I just felt like my world had fallen apart. And it was really hard because I felt like my world had stopped and I felt like I was frozen and everyone else's life was moving quickly around me. That, they had places to go, they had a plan, whether anyone really does have a plan, but they seemed like they had a plan. And I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And I didn't have a clue who I really was because I'd spent so long doing all the things I should do and all the things that would please other people that I'd completely lost touch with who I was or what I even wanted. And as someone who thought of herself as quite a driven woman and an intelligent woman, it was quite embarrassing to say the least, not only painful but embarrassing to realize that I didn't really have much of a clue who I was. I mean, how do you get to the age of 25 and not know that? But it's more common obviously than we give it credit for, but I felt completely alone and misunderstood, and it was the beginning of a really, really beautiful, shitty, horrible, amazing time for me. And through trying new things, going to different courses, I signed up for courses at university like positive psychology, and I found amazing readers and spiritual leaders and health coaches, people like Marianne Williamson and Louise Hay and Gabrielle Bernstein and the work of A Course in Miracles. And I started slowly piecing together what I wanted, what I resonated with, and more importantly, really embracing my world and creating it from a place of love rather than fear. I was dealing with a lot of anxiety at the time and had gone through depression, and I really didn't like who I was a lot of the time. I really felt like I had let myself down, and being a perfectionist as well, I beat myself up quite a bit for not having been able to figure this out or get there faster or fix my problems, particularly when we have the advantages of living in the Western world. It's quite easy to go, God, who am I to complain? I have food in my stomach, a roof over my head, I have all the opportunities in the world. And that's part of this real struggle at the moment for all of us in this generation is we have all these great opportunities, which sometimes makes it harder to actually listen to the one call or the one, the only real way to happiness, which is what's actually going to light you up, not what the world tells you should be doing. So, the reason I wanted to start this meetup group was really just to share my story so that people who are in the same situation know that they're not alone. And in my 5 years since I started doing this sort of work, I've gone through holistic health coaching. So, I graduated from the Institute of Integrative Nutrition in New York. I've also done coaching with Tony Robbins. I've done B School with Marie Forleo. I've taken part in courses with Gabrielle Bernstein. I've really done a lot of work and opened up to a lot of tools that have helped me really decrease my anxiety and create my life from what I want, not what the expectations of other people are. So it's just my dream to connect with you and let you know that what you're going through is perfectly normal, whether that is struggling with weight or struggling to find your purpose and where you fit in life, or just feeling that life's not going the way that it should be. And I wish that when I was struggling, I had someone or a group that I could join so that I didn't feel quite so isolated and quite so like the problem was just mine, and that I was the only one dealing with it. So wherever you are, it's where you're supposed to be. I would not give up what I've been through at all for a second, because it's led me to amazing women and mentors who I've connected with, who have opened up a whole different paradigm on how to have a business, how to create money, how to be in a romantic relationship and really honor and respect that person rather than just expect them to provide for your needs. For friendships that are non-judgmental, a lot of women are involved in groups or friendships where there's a lot of cattiness and bitchiness, and that's, in my opinion, not the way life is supposed to roll at all. So that's another reason why I wanted to create this group for women, where we can connect and there's no judgment, there's just support and love and tools that I can share with you that I've picked up along the way to help tune back into the fun and the joy and the happiness that life is supposed to be. So if you feel called to come along, I would absolutely adore to have you there. I will bring a topic that I've sort of dwelt on, or basically usually before I speak or connect with my newsletter tribe or anything, I meditate a little bit or think about what's been coming up for me. So I'll bring a topic along, maybe from A Course in Miracles, maybe from Marianne Williamson's work, or just my own life. And we can talk about that a little bit and talk about what's coming up for you. And then just see what kind of tools we can put in place to shift away from shame or negative self-talk or fear or anxiety and really step into a place of power. So I'd love to see you at the group. If you have any questions at all, you can reach out and email me or contact me. I'm more than happy to answer questions, and I'd love to meet you. So hopefully